All right, it's Friday, October 20, and it's just after 7:30. Just getting started right now. Bit of a late start, and I've had a strong move down here, basically since the open. And let's see what we get. Looks like we actually have
Order
right
submitted.
Now. Just noticing. Looks like I just missed it.
Order canceled.
To come back down.
Order submitted.
I really haven't. No, I did.
Order filled.
All right, let's see. Keeping my stop small.
Order filled.
All right. So we got that. I didn't even fix this. So sorry, that was unexpected to take a trade right now. I literally just turned on the computer, and I didn't even check the copy or anything. Good thing that everything was in place. So what did I even do here? This was my new third setup that I've been starting to trade. This is only the second time I've taken it on YouTube. Man, I just woke up. You can probably tell in my voice. This is the OJ. We got an 8-tick scalp. And I literally just started this. This was just going to be my video saying, "Hey, here I am." And this was the signal bar here, and really it triggered here. And as you saw, I was kind of deciding whether to get in. I just saw it the last second while I was recording, and I was just making sure it didn't go 7-6 already. So the fact that it didn't go 7-6 yet here or here, I felt like, yeah, it was still safe to get in. I thought it was going to go without me both times because it was definitely a late entry. But yeah, that's the second time I've traded the OJ setup, and it's 2-0. And it's funny. It seems like it does that quite often, I've seen, and yet it still works. So it's like, makes you think, oh, maybe it's a bad idea. And then with like a bull bar like this, and this one too. So, all right. I've been on the chart for 5 minutes, and I'm already better off than I have been the past 2 days. So that's nice. And let's see what else we get from here. All right. All right. Just came back here. I walked away for a minute. Just want to mention too, real quick, for anyone watching my live recording for the first time of my trades, I do have my indicator on a chart to the left. So when you see me take a trade here, I'm putting essentially a blank chart up here, where you can see my trade when it gets executed and everything, and see it play out. But my indicator and what I'm taking signals from is on a chart just to the left here. So I just want to explain that for anyone who has not watched my channel before. All right, let's see if we get anything else. All right, I'm watching for a possible PB here. If the buyer closes up here.
Order submitted.
The next buyer will need to trigger it 2 ticks above and I'll enter 1 tick above. If it doesn't happen on this bar, it could still happen on the next, unless it goes too low here. So it can still close up here. And then the next bar would be my trigger. If it comes too far down, it's likely not to set up. Yeah, I do understand it's a very down day today. So, all right, so let's take this order canceled off for now. I'm not afraid to go long though if it gives me my setup, especially if it's a PB. I haven't lost with PB yet. I believe 11-0 with PB on YouTube. So even this can still, if it comes up here, I want to close somewhere in here and then a close above for a PB. It looks like it's just not going to set up maybe. All right, I'll pause and see if it gets closer to setting up again. This looks like another OJ.
Order submitted.
If it triggers.
Order filled.
Not really sure where my stop's supposed to go on this one. This doesn't look good. Move my stop down a little. I may think about taking a break even +1 here just because it feels a little weird. Let's see what happens here. Not feeling good about this. I think I'm going to get a loss here. I'm currently not at all anywhere in the trade where I want to be. So now I'm just at the mercy. Take a little bit more risk off. Wow. So you can come all the way down. Try to get break even +1. Or 2. Or 3. 4. 5.
Order filled.
Oh.
Order
Right,
filled.
somehow I got entered back into a trade. Not exactly sure what happened here. I guess I should have just left my target where it belongs. So it looks like I probably lost a little bit back. All right, this looks a little confusing. Looks like I got 5 ticks. And maybe I lost 1 tick back. I'm thinking. Let me sort this out. I probably should have just left my target where it belonged, which is $62.25. Low here. Yeah, I would have got my 8 or 6 ticks, so I don't know why I got nervous. The OJ has never lost for me. Well, I've never seen it lose. This isn't what you want to see when you enter a trade. So this is the OJ. I definitely didn't get 8. I guess this is, it's like you gotta trust your setups. And when it did this, it's not really what I've usually seen the OJ do. So it definitely made me nervous. And it was in a place where on my indicator is just like in the danger zone. Let me sort out. How many ticks I got here. I'll be right back. All right, so it looks like I just got a 5-tick scalp, and I think the orders that were left open, they just didn't close because I was moving my stop, and some kind of error happened where it didn't close certain accounts, so then once I flattened everything, I managed to flatten in a place where I didn't lose any ticks from the rest. Does look like well, no, I take that back because on a couple accounts it's less. So I definitely lost on these accounts. Didn't get the amount this got, so I take that back. But it looks like on the on the ones that really matter to me, which is the PA accounts, I got a 5-tick scalp. And I got 5-tick scalp here. And then these look like I got a little bit less. I'll have to sort that out. I got to take a break for a few minutes. I'll be back. All right, so I just got back. It's just after 9 a.m. Where I left off, I had taken this trade, and I wasn't entirely sure what some of the numbers were adding up to. And I figured it out. For this account, and my 3 PAs, those all got 5 ticks on that last trade. And for this account, I got the 5 ticks, but then I got entered into an additional trade that when I flattened everything, it was exactly break even. So I just lost the additional commissions for the extra contracts on that one. And then on these ones that say 276, I got a 5-tick scalp. And then the additional order got opened on the trade copier. So on these 276, I actually lost a tick back. So I got a 5-tick scalp, and then a new trade opened on the close, and then lost a tick plus the commissions back. So that's why some of the numbers are different here, but just wanted to settle that. Also, when I walked away, I didn't have my computer plugged in. So when I came back, everything was off, and I had to kind of reset everything. So hopefully my recording is fine. It seems like it is. And I haven't even looked yet to see if I missed anything here. It looks like maybe... No, I don't see any. I don't think I see anything. So I don't think I missed any trades since I left. But yeah, this thing was kind of unfortunate. On these OJs, it's my newest setup that I only just started trading. Well, I think this week was the first week I ever took a trade on Apex with it. And now I've got 2 of them today and 1 from earlier in the week. So I'm 3-0 with the OJ setup. On YouTube and on my Apex accounts. And it's funny because they usually work more like this one where, maybe there's like a little shallow pullback, but they usually just go pretty quickly. This one, when I saw it pull back like this after I was in the trade, it's completely unusual and not unlike anything I've ever seen before in my tracking of this setup over the weeks that I've been looking at it. So this really threw me off and just made me feel uneasy about it. And I liked that this didn't come up as high as this. So, the other thing too is I didn't really know where my stop belonged on this setup. I'm still trying to figure that out. It probably just belongs at the previous swing high. But I do think I probably did the right thing because it just looks so different after the entry that, once it came under this bar, I moved my stop here to reduce a lot of risk. And then same thing here, I reduced risk when it was coming back down. The only thing I think I probably should have done maybe is let it play out. But, honestly, like I just really believe in not being stubborn about trying to get your full total profit. And when something's not exactly going according to plan, it's better to just get out with a win or break even or, slightly above break even than, it coming back all the way down here, doing you a favor and putting you back in the green only for it to shoot the other way and ultimately give you a loss. So I'm not mad about this. I think, hey, I'll take 4 or 5 ticks. No problem. That's like a normal scalp in max price action trading system world. I'm more than happy to take that. It's a win. A win is a win. I'm green for the day. Across all the accounts, I'm up almost 2,500. The only ones that really matter to me are the PAs. And this one is getting very close to being qualified for a payout. It's very likely not going to happen today. I'm also just not aggressive enough probably to push for it even if I get all the setups I want. But we'll see. You never know. I've taken 4 or 5 trades in a day before on this system. So, with the strategy. So it's possible, but I'm not going to just try to go for it just because today's the last day of the payout period. I'm just going to go slow and steady. So if I get it, great. That was my hope and goal. And if I don't, then
Order submitted.
we might have a PB setting up here. If this bar finishes down here bearish and 2 ticks below the next bar, we might see a PB right now. My stop would be around 68.50. My entry would be about 61.50, 61.25, something like that. So just looking for a close down here. Still one more element to get into alignment if it does close down there to make sure it's a gold setup. Looks like it's going to close a little high. So it's not there yet. But if this one closes down here, then we have a PB setup. As long as the last element of my rules falls into place here. A strong bear bar to really make sure this is gold. This is like not quite gold. This is white. It was almost perfect. It's probably going to work if it triggers. It still has only gone 1 tick below. So it hasn't triggered yet. And if it goes above this previous bar, then I consider it void. So it never triggered.
Order canceled.
There was one element of my rule that was still not in place, so even if it triggered, it would have been white. But the fact that it only went 1 tick below This bar means that it's a voided trade. It was never triggered as far as my system is concerned. Has to go 2 ticks below the signal bar. This is the signal bar, so it has to go 2 ticks below that to get triggered into the trade. The fact that it didn't go 2 ticks just made it really easy for me, because there was one rule that was almost in the right place but not quite, and so that would have been a white trade and I would have had to skip it anyway. All right, so I think that's all I've got for right now. I'll be back. All right, it's 9:40. I'm just going to go take care of the dogs, feed them, take them out. I'll be back in a little bit. All right, it's 10 o'clock, just getting back. Doesn't look like I've missed anything through here. The one thing I was considering doing, I haven't drawn any measured moves yet today. I was just looking at this right now and thinking maybe there's something like that. The other thing is maybe it's just from here. First leg, second leg, and that gets you a little bit closer to where it went to. So looks like we've taken back a bit of the sell-off here after my trades. And yeah, I mean, I don't really know what the market's going to do, but I'm just waiting to see if there's any more setups. Definitely feeling better about today, even despite my second trade. I think my psychology maybe a little bit messed up here on the back of yesterday, just how I've been feeling the last couple of days, not getting any trades, and seeing such a reversal here. I think my psychology, because I've seen this setup just work so fast, typically more like this one where there's not much of a pullback, just, really threw me off when it had such a deep pullback. Would have worked if I stuck with it, would have got the full target profit, but I'm happy with where I'm at on my accounts today. And if that's all the trades I get today, that's going to be fine with me. So considering how frustrated I was feeling yesterday for not getting any trades when I saw 6 setups happen, I think it was 6, not being able to profit on any of those. Right now I'm 4-0 for the week, which is a good week for me. That's a good week. I have no problem with 4-0 for the week, 2-0 for the day. So it's going to have to be a perfect gold setup for me to take anything else today. Definitely. I'm not going to take anything that it has any kind of questionable factors at all. And so we have a couple hours, 2 hours, a little more than 2 hours if I stick around till 12:30. So we'll see what we get. I'll be back. Okay, so just recording here. This bar is where it closed is right on the borderline of qualifying for a PB. I'm going to consider this a white trade. It's subjective because it's not clearly, well, look at that. It didn't even trigger. So a trigger would be 2 ticks below this bar, this big bar. And this next bar is just an inside bar. So actually, there's no trade here anyway. It didn't trigger. But this, it's funny. I was saying I wouldn't take a trade that was borderline anything. It has to be a clear-cut gold objective trade. And so just the way this bar closed, I know you can't see my indicator and understand why I'm saying this would be a PB here out of all the bars. But nonetheless, this would have been a PB had it closed all the way at the bottom where the wick is. But just those couple ticks higher made it close as a more subjective version of it. And again, it didn't trigger anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I just thought I'd come on and talk about it really for myself. This helps me in terms of, this is all a test really of my strategy. I'm trading them on my PA accounts and evaluations and everything on Apex. But this is still new. This is the end of my 5th week, and I'm just taking kind of mental notes of everything so that, if this did get triggered and played out, keeping kind of track informally of, white trades, subjective trades versus objective trades. Anyway, this wasn't a valid trade regardless. So I'll pause here and wait for something else to come up. All right, it's almost 10:45. Hasn't been a whole lot of action. Market's really slowed down compared to how it's been past couple days. But no setups and just still hanging out. It's been pretty sideways for a while now. Over 20 minutes or so. So just hanging out. Really happy with the day so far. Happy to end this way if that's the way it goes. So we'll see if we get any more objective gold setups coming up. All right, it's just about 11:15. Just looking at the full day. It's a pretty wild day. Looks like we had a couple attempts, maybe even 3 attempts to go higher. And now market's selling off again, down 0.8%, 34 points. Haven't seen any trades in quite a while. Had been pretty sideways here, and pretty satisfied with the day. Kind of considering stopping a little bit early today, but I'm going to wait at least another half hour, 45 minutes, and see how that goes. The market just got really slow. I don't know, since around 10 my time. So yeah, see how it goes. Clearly, most likely not gonna qualify for my payout today. Today's the 20th, so it's the last day to submit for payouts on Apex. So I guess I'll be aiming for the 1st through the 5th of November to get a payout here, which is cool because then I have time right behind it to maybe qualify for that here as well. And that would be great to get. If I could get a payout on both of these at the same payout period, that would be great. It'll put me into profit for my Apex trading by a little bit, not much, but I won't have to take out maximum of either account. I could take out, maybe $800 or $900, hopefully, on each one, and then I'll be in profit for my Apex trading, and that'd be a great place to be in November if I can do that. That's my short-term goal. All right, I'm going to pause and see if anything else sets up here. I kind of just measured 2 legs down here, so it's basically there. It's not anywhere near kind of a setup at the moment, so we'll see what happens. All right, I'm just hitting record here. I've got a BT here, so if this bar were to finish bearish down here, it would be an LO, although it's looking to me like it would be a white LO, and now that it's actually pulled back up here, it might not be an LO at all. And also this bar is not bearish yet, and it's still an inside bar. So let's see what happens here. I'm not going to take this because right now, according to my current rules, this would be considered a white LO, but I'm going to be testing the LO again this weekend, and I kind of feel like I've made my rules too tight, and maybe what I'm considering white should really not be white. But this is an inside bar, so that is still definitely a rule of mine, that I can't take LOs on inside bars after the BT bar, the signal bar. So, well, technically this would have been the signal bar if it wasn't an inside bar. But anyway, so this isn't even valid regardless. but I just wanted to record it just in case it was valid. I wasn't going to take it, currently considering it white, but I'm going to, like I said, reevaluate my rules to see if I can loosen it up a little bit. And I'll talk about this in my roundup later in the separate video, but I think I've taken, I don't have the stats in front of me right now, but I took them earlier, and I'm 11-4 on YouTube with the LO setup. But there were way more LOs I could have taken over that time that would have won that I skipped because I was considering them subjective white trades. And I'm thinking if I had actually taken all of the LOs that I was able to take that I saw, and if I was able to get into them, I would have been way more than 11-4. And now this bar might be a LO. So yeah, this would qualify still as a white LO to me right now. But maybe it should be gold. I have to see. This is a good example of one that I'd have to, if it goes 2 ticks below this bar, it triggers. But I'm going to skip this because I think, according to my current rules, it's white. And again, maybe it's just not even going to trigger. Anyway, point being, more work to do on the LOs. I'm 11-4 with them so far. And I really believe I would have had a much higher win rate over the 5 weeks if I had just been taking even the ones that I think are currently subjective white trades. Okay, it didn't trigger. So more work to do there, but again, all of this is an experiment, and I'm learning about the strategy, the setups, and still working on the rules and the conditions that need to be met to qualify as an objective trade. And I think LO, which was ironically my very first setup I ever came up with, is the one that I need to pay the most attention to because it's the only trade setup that I've taken any losses on. I've taken 4 losses out of 15 trades on that one. So it's still a small sample size too, though. So, if you extend that out to 100 trades, maybe you're still in the 90% range ultimately. Who knows? So anyway, that's my thoughts for now. It's 11:30. I'll give it another 30 or so minutes, I'm thinking, and then I'm ready to enjoy a weekend, take a break. All right, let's see what happens. All right, and I'm recording right away again. I've got another BT here. So if this bar were to finish bearish, not an inside bar, and the next bar goes 2 ticks below this, if it finishes down here, this will be an LO again. But again, for all the same reasons I just talked about, according to my current rules, it would be white. And now it's not even finishing as a bearish bar anyway. Yeah, so never mind, doesn't matter. Moving on. Just looking at this as potentially setting up another OJ. If this bar finishes bearish, I'm going to get
Order
an order
submitted.
ready. I'm not sure I'm going to take it, but just in case. Depends how good it looks. Already got 2 OJs today that worked. It is an OJ. If it goes 2 ticks below. Do I want to take another trade before the weekend? I'm a little nervous taking another trade. I should probably take it. They always work. Hesitating. So I really thought I was not going to take another trade today. I should take it. It's going to work. See, this is where the psychology comes in of like wanting to protect what you've already won, going into a weekend and not wanting to, end on a red note right before a weekend. 63.25. It still hasn't gone 7 ticks. I'm sure it's going to work. I haven't seen these not work yet. I guess I've already mentally in my mind decided I'm not taking it.
Order canceled.
But I'm quite confident it's going to work. The entry would have been 63 and a quarter. It's been to 61.75. I really don't know why I'm not taking this trade. It fits all the rules. It's perfect setup. It's just purely psychological of I was already feeling content with my day. And just like I said, heading into the weekend, I don't want to end the week on a sour note of like taking a losing trade. But every indication is this should work for 6 to 8 ticks. I'm also hungry. That's probably not helping. Stomach's making noises. I wonder if that comes through the microphone on YouTube. All right. So 63 and a quarter, and now we just hit 61 and a quarter. So I definitely would have got 6 or 8 ticks on that trade. So yeah, again, even if you have a perfect strategy, perfect setups, if your psychology isn't quite right, feeling fearful, then, what good's the strategy if you won't take the trade? So that was a perfect trade. Would have worked. And, I think that's just a sign of like, it's been a long day. I started at 7:30, so I started late, but still it's, we're talking about 4 hours at this point. And I think I'm just kind of worn out from the week I've had. And again, just being defensive and like saying to myself, like, this is a good day. I'm building these accounts. Everything is looking good, and this trade still wasn't going to qualify me for a payout for today. I would have still been shy by one more trade. So the risk versus reward, my stop would have been up here. And that's a big part of it too, is, my stop is a little bit bigger than I wish it would be for the strategy, but it just is what it is. It's on average, 3-1, 4-1 kind of thing. Sometimes 5-1 even. And, I think as time goes on, this is only week 5 here on YouTube. So, and the OJ setup, I've only just started trading it this week. So, this would have been my third one of the day. I don't even know that I've seen 3 in a day since I've really put together that this trade setup works. So that's a lot. The fact that I already took 2 today is a lot, since I've only taken 3 total since I've been on YouTube trading the strategy, and since I've discovered this setup for myself. I'm not going to get too bent out of shape by skipping it right now. I think what I was going to say is over time I'll start to get more aggressive, and it's all about trusting your setup, and I'm still learning to trust this one. And I had a scare with OJ earlier today, my second trade, where it was a pullback. But this is a good example of what I typically see the OJ do, which is it just keeps going. It's usually a very quick, easy 6 or 8 tick scalp. And this is the perfect example of in my testing what it usually looks like. So the one that I took earlier today, well, I'll do it in the summary, was very abnormal looking, and this one is what I'm used to typically seeing. So anyway, think I've said enough. I'm going to watch for another 10 or 15 minutes. I really do think I am done because, this is clearly a sign to me that I'm not prepared to take another trade today, really. If I was, this would have been the setup to take. It clear as day, rules in place. A setup that I haven't seen lose in all of my testing. And I skipped it just because, like I said, I just don't want to go into a weekend with a loss. And when you're trading with fear, what are you going to do? So I need to get over that aspect of it. And that'll be something I work on over time as I move forward here. I'm going to pause here. We'll give it a few more minutes and just see what happens. And then I'll shut this video down and do my wrap-up video and call it a week. All right, so recording again. I've already decided I'm done for the day. I was just about to start recording right now and say that. There is what looks like a potential PB about to set up if the close is up here. I'm just not going to take it because I feel done for the day. I think this week wore me out. It was a stressful week for whatever reason. And if this just finishes a few ticks higher, it doesn't look like it's going to be this bar. So if this closes up anywhere up here, this is going to be a PB right now. I don't know. I think I'm just not in the mood to take any more trades today. This one was a perfect setup. This one looks like it's about to be a perfect setup if it happens and triggers. But I feel like I'm best to just be content with this. And, I'm kind of content with where I am with my strategy at the end of this 5 weeks on YouTube. It wasn't a high flying week. It was only a 4-0 week. It's turning down. So this isn't currently looking like it's going to set up. It's going the other way. So yeah, I think I'm just going to wrap it up and call it a day, call it a week. I'm do my wrap up video. So if you haven't watched the wrap up video, go check that out after you watch this. Or if you already watched the wrap up video, then that's cool if you watch this too. Yeah, it's just think about what I'm going to say in this wrap up video. It's for some reason this week has just felt exhausting. So, but then when I look at the stats, it's pretty great. Everything looks good. So, I think it was a tough week mentally for me, and I'll talk about that in the video. But I'm done for now here. And if you haven't already done it, go check out that wrap up video. I'm going to work on that right now. 12 o'clock Friday, October 20, and I'm out of here. Have a good weekend.